The hallway fell silent. Books hit the floor. Mouths dropped. No one had ever seen her like that before. Just 15 minutes ago, Ava Martin was the new girl, quiet, polite, and invisible. But now she was the girl who stood over Kyle Rogers, the school's most feared bully, his arm twisted and broken, writhing in pain while the entire corridor watched in stunned silence. It all started 3 weeks ago. Ava had transferred to Ridgeway High halfway through the semester. Her mother, a military nurse, had been relocated to the city, and Ava, 17, lean, tall, and always observing, was used to packing up and starting over. But this school was different. She thought if she kept her head down, no one would notice her. She wore her dark brown hair in a long braid, always slung over her shoulder, and avoided eye contact in the cafeteria. Her voice was soft, her presence gentle. But in high school, quietness isn't invisibility. It's a magnet. From the second day, she noticed them: Kyle, Jake, and Megan. The three who fed off the weak. Jake would mutter under his breath when Ava passed. Megan would laugh and roll her eyes. But Kyle, he was the worst. Loud, aggressive, and arrogant. He loved an audience. At first, it was just mocking. Then came the tripping. The food, accidents, in the lunchroom. The gum in her locker. Ava tried to brush it off. She had learned long ago that sometimes silence was safer than resistance. What no one at Ridgeway knew was that Ava had trained in martial arts since she was 6. Her father, a Taekwondo black belt, had taught her discipline and restraint before he passed away in a helicopter crash during a rescue mission. She remembered his words like a prayer: use your strength to protect, not to provoke. But never let fear own you. She kept that part of her life buried deep, because the moment she showed it, she knew there'd be no turning back. The final straw came on a rainy Wednesday. Ava was heading toward her locker after gym class, still in her hoodie, her hair damp from the shower. Kyle had been eyeing her all week, waiting for the right moment. And now, with only a few people in the hallway, he made his move. He grabbed the end of her braid and yanked hard. Ava stumbled back, gasping. Her scalp burned, her heart thudded. Kyle laughed. Oops, he smirked, didn't know it was detachable. That's when something in Ava snapped. She turned, faster than Kyle could react. Her hand locked onto his wrist. In one fluid movement, she twisted his arm behind his back, pivoted, and brought him down to the floor with a loud thud. Then, pop, a sickening crack echoed through the corridor. Kyle howled. Jake stood frozen. Megan screamed. 2 teachers came running. But Ava didn't flinch. In the principal's office, things were tense. Kyle's mother threatened legal action. The nurse confirmed a clean fracture. But when they reviewed the hallway camera footage, it was clear, Ava had only defended herself. Kyle had initiated the attack. Still, Ava was given a 3-day suspension for using force on school grounds. Her mom was quiet on the drive home. Then she pulled the car over and looked at Ava. You okay? Ava nodded slowly. Was it necessary? Her mom asked, not with anger, but with deep concern. Ava looked out the window, tears brimming. I didn't want to hurt him. But I couldn't let it keep happening. Her mom squeezed her hand. I'm proud of you, she said. Not because you fought, but because you finally stood up for yourself. When Ava returned to school, the energy was different. No one laughed at her in the halls. Megan avoided her gaze. Jake kept his distance. But something else happened too. A girl from Ava's history class, Leah, sat beside her at lunch and said softly, "Thank you. He did the same to my cousin last year." She dropped out. Then a boy in gym said, "You're kind of a legend now." Ava smiled, just a little. Not out of pride, but out of relief. Not because she was feared, but because she was finally seen. Over the next weeks, Ava started opening up. She joined the self-defense club and started leading a girls-only martial arts class after school. She wasn't the new girl anymore. She was the girl who had boundaries. The girl who taught others to fight, but only when they needed to.